All right, hello, and welcome to the Performance Racing Industry Trade Show webinar series on PRI website resources. My name is John Shaquille, and I'm the marketing manager for PRI. And today we're going to take you through the new PRI website and show you a little bit about how you can find a lot of great industry resources that we think are going to be of value to you. So welcome to the webinar. Again, thanks for joining us. We hope that this is of value to you. In a few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to some of the other members of the team who are going to be joining me as well and helping us to navigate through the website and take us through some of those resources. And we're also going to take a look at some of the new navigation, the new trade show options that we have, as well as our magazine content, and then some of the other items like our Pri Direct, advertising opportunities, and some other things that we will take you through as well. So first off, just wanted to let you know that this is a pre-recorded webinar. However, you are able to submit questions and provide us with feedback, as well as let us know if there's anything that you'd like to see on the website that you're not seeing today, or anything that you have difficulty finding. Please let us know, and we'll be reading through all those comments, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can with either answers to your questions, or we'll take your feedback into consideration as we continue to improve the website going forward. So you'll notice that you have a taskbar on the right-hand side of your screen there, and that's where you're able to actually click and submit questions or provide any kind of feedback that you'd like, and we'll be reading that later. So as I mentioned, my name is John Shaquille. I'm the marketing manager for PRI and help to develop the new website. Today we also have with us Mr. Danny Kim. He is our senior art director who heads up all of our creative design and graphics for both the PRI trade show as well as the PRI magazine, and was instrumental in developing the new website. So Danny, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, John.
And in a few minutes, Danny's going to be taking us through some of the navigation and some of the setup that he did there. Also we have with us today Sonny Yonkman. He's our senior web UX designer and architect. And what that means is Sonny basically is our go-to for everything web development related. And he was critical to helping us get this new website launched as well. So Sonny, thanks for joining today.
Thanks for having me, John.
Awesome. So now we're going to jump over to the PRI website. We're going to take you through how you find the COVID-19 industry resources from the homepage, and then we'll navigate through and show you a lot of the other new tools and resources that we have available. So why don't we jump over and take a look. Okay, so now we've arrived at the performanceracing.com new homepage, and I'm just going to start off by taking you through a couple elements that are here, including how you find the COVID-19 industry resources, which this is a critical resource that PRI is providing during this time, and we'll get into more details about what you can find there. So just starting at the top of the homepage, you can see that we have our main navigation up here across the top that will take you to other sections of the website. And we're going to have Danny and Sonny talk about that in just a few minutes. After you come down from the top nav, you'll see that we have a COVID-19 industry resources link right here at the top of the homepage. I'm going to click on that in just a minute and show you what we have available there. But before I do that, let me just take you down here through the homepage a little bit, just to show you some of the different access points that we have right here on the homepage. So you'll see here, if you're coming to the PRI website to get information on the trade show, whether you're an exhibitor, an attendee, part of the media, or anyone that needs to get those tools and resources to do business at the show, you can click right here on the homepage, and that will take you directly to that section of the website. Likewise, if you're coming to the website to get all the latest and greatest content from the motorsports industry, you'll be able to find that right here in the middle of the homepage, from magazine featured articles to our regularly updated industry news section that you'll find there. And additionally, if you're looking for a great way to put your brand or company in front of the motorsports industry, you're going to find all of our digital and print, as well as show sponsorship opportunities right here in the advertising section. So it's right there on the homepage. You can find 3 easy access points for whatever it is you're looking for. And then just as we go a little bit further down the homepage, you'll see that we've created some easy ways to get to, if you'd like to exhibit, if you're an attendee that wants to register for the show, you can find that right there. And then we've also got an access point for our industry news section right here down at the bottom of the homepage. And in addition to that, I would just mention that if you are not on the email list yet and you'd like to receive the PRI weekly e-newsletter, you can put in your name and email address here, and you'll get that great newsletter every Wednesday morning. So with that, I'm going to take you into our COVID resources page and show you some of the great things that we're providing for you here. So you'll notice right away that when I click on that link, it's actually popping out a new window so that you can go navigate back to the primary website whenever you'd like to, and you can still stay here on the coronavirus updates and resources page as well. So from here, you can see right across the top of the page, we have a couple different links for easy access. One is a really great resource. This is our state-by-state track reopening information guide. And when you click on this link, I'll go ahead and do it so I can show you what it looks like. When you come to this page, you can now look at literally any state in the country and find out what are the current guidelines for reopening your racetrack. So those things would include the size of the attendance that you're allowed to have, what are some of the safety guidelines that you need to be following right now to make sure that your event goes off without a hitch. And you can click into here and you'll also find out what stage is your state in the reopening process. And what's great about this is that we've got our team in Washington, D.C., who is regularly updating this. They're looking across the country at all 50 states and really digging into finding out what are all the latest laws, what are all the latest regulations. These things are changing frequently right now as we continue to evolve through the situation. And this is really a great resource for you to come to find out what's the latest in my state and even in my city of what requirements are needed for me to have my races take place. We've also had some really great work done by our president, Dr. Jamie Meyer, as well as our PRI ambassadors as part of that new ambassador program, as well as our Washington, D.C. office, who have started to put together guidelines and best practices for reopening. So you'll see some of the successes from places like Illinois that the team has really put efforts directly into making things happen in that state, and you'll get what that plan looks like here. We've also got things going on right now with the New Mexico Motorsports Coalition, and you'll be able to get what the latest reopening plan looks like here. And then a wealth of other great information and things that are being worked on, you'll find being updated here. Another thing I would note is at the top of this page, there's some additional great resources. You can get the PRI show updates, what's the latest going on there. If your business needs to find out information on how you get a federal aid loan, you can find more details about that here. And then something that's a really great resource that's been implemented in the last few months is our track promoter helpline. And if you click on this link here, it'll take you to a page that gives you all kinds of information. If you are a track owner, operator, or promoter, you can get direct access to our PRI office in Washington, D.C. And you can get somebody on the phone and have them help talk you through or help answer questions about your state's or your city's particular situation right now as we work through the pandemic that we're in. So you got a phone number here that you can access, as well as you can email us directly to get some great information there. So I'm going to take us back over to the main coronavirus updates and resources page. We've also got our general state-by-state reopening guidelines here. So very similar to what you'll find in the track reopening guidelines, you'll find in the state reopening guidelines, except this is a little bit more broad. So you'll find general information about what state of reopening is your stage in, what are all the guidelines look like, what are the capacity limits for different types of businesses that may affect your office, it may affect your shop, or it may affect how you communicate with your employees depending on where you're at with your business right now in your state. So another great resource here. Some of the other main links that we've got for you here on the top of the page are related to some of the things that we just took a look at. So if you wanted to get direct access to the trade show updates, if you wanted to get some more information on federal aid for small business, and then our track promoter helpline is available right there as well. So those are kind of some of the main resources that you'll find on this page that are going to be really useful for your business. We've also got thank you today for joining this webinar. You'll find that we have some of our updated webinars that'll be going on the page here, so you can get caught up on some of our previous webinars where we've got Dr. Meyer as well as our PRI ambassadors talking about everything from new technology that tracks are implementing right now to handle the pandemic. So touchless and paperless technologies. We just had a webinar on that last week, as well as what the ambassador program is all about. You can find out more about that here as well. And as you scroll a little bit more down this page, you'll just continue to find really a whole wide range of really great information. And I'll leave it up to you to come here and click through and kind of find what you need. And really, if there's anything that we're missing, or if you still have questions, or there's things that you want to find out to help your business get back on track, you can email us directly right here, and we'll help address those questions. And additionally, as I mentioned at the top of the webinar, you've got a little box there on your right-hand side of your screen, if you're watching this as part of a registered guest, where you can input any questions or comments in there, and we'll get back to that as well. So just to kind of wrap up this portion, you can see as we scroll down, there's still a whole wealth of information, some more helpful links down here at the bottom from everything from the IRS and the CDC to some occupational safety and health administration tips there to help run and operate your business through this challenging time. So with that, we will now bring it back to the home page, and let me see if I can navigate back over there so I can close out of this. I'm going to come back to our home page here, and then I'm going to hand it over to our senior art director, Danny Kim, who's going to now take us through the trade show and magazine sections of the new PRI website. So Danny, why don't you take it away?
All right, thanks, John. Let's now move over to the trade show landing page. And now we're on the trade show landing page. As you scroll down, we've made the site very user-friendly. And whether you're an exhibitor, attendee, or media, we've created easy access points or portals to get you to where you need to be. And as you keep scrolling, we have some featured industry news stories, followed by additional links to learn more about our online floor plan, search exhibitors, create your show planner, and even visit the exhibitor dashboard.
Yeah, and Danny, that's great too, because right here, once you click on the trade show section of that main navigation, or however you get to this trade show section page from the home page, there's a couple different ways to get here. You'll get right away on that landing page pretty much all the information that you need to get started, whether you want to exhibit or plan for exhibiting at the show, or if you're an attendee and you want to find out travel information, registration information, you're going to get all that here. So that's great, Danny.
Yeah, definitely, John. And let's review the subnav we have within the trade show here. Now, as you can see, the subnav is where you can find tools and resources to just better prepare you for the upcoming trade show. Under exhibit is where you can apply for a booth, learn more about show sponsorships, download items from the exhibitor service manual. Under attend is where you register for the show and really learn about why you should attend the PRI trade show. Under media, this is where you can learn more about the PRI Media Center, exhibitor press releases, and really download PRI logos and images for use in your own media. PRI Education is where you learn more about our upcoming PRI educational seminars. Hotel and travel is where you book your hotels and really learn how to best make your way around Indianapolis, learn more about what it has to offer for dining and entertainment.
Sorry, Danny, I didn't mean to cut in there, but this is just a really great resource on this page too with the hotel and travel section, especially if you're planning to come out to Indianapolis for the show. You'll be able to make all your reservations with the official travel partner of PRI, which is Visit Indy, and you can do that directly from here. You'll figure out some good ways to get around the city of Indianapolis, and I'm sure many of you have already been there numerous times, so you know. But if you wanted to get some tips for restaurants that you could go to, or bars, or things to do after the show, places to meet people, that's a great section of the website there too. So sorry about that, Danny. Why don't you go ahead?
No problem. It definitely is everything you just said, John. It's a great resource. Again, the travel partners we have, they're excellent. So moving on, floor plan is where you just can go on to the online floor plan, learn about where the exhibitors are within the Indiana Convention Center and Lucas Oil Stadium. Now, under Need to Know is a great page. It's a great resource to learn more about just different aspects of the show, whether it's the Machinery Row exhibits, the trailer exhibits in Lucas Oil Stadium, downloading our official PRI show app, and getting any additional questions you have answered. It's all here. Now let's move on to the magazine section of the website. Now I'm very excited about the magazine section because now this is where we showcase all of our great magazine content.
Yep, and I just do have to say on that, Danny.
Yeah.
I got to say, because as our senior art director, Danny, you've done a great job with the design of the magazine. So I think we're getting to the next phase now where we're taking some of that print design that you've done such a great job on and bringing that over to our website and trying to bring that to life. So just wanted to mention that. I think this is great.
Well, thank you, John. So again,
you gotta give credit when credit's due, right? Come on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate the love, man. So yeah, again, the magazine landing page. This is where we feature again the great articles from the printed magazine. We also showcase some monthly columns, as you can see here, whether it's our industry insights, better business. We have sponsor spotlight every issue. But the best part of it is that it is now mobile friendly. So that is just a great tool just for all of our readers.
Yeah, that's a great point you bring up there too, especially with the new website, the mobile design and the mobile friendly element of it was really important because we wanted to make sure that whether you're at home, whether you're at the track or in your shop or at the PRI show, you can still have access to all the information that you need, whether it's tools and resources or the great content that our editorial and art team puts together. You're able to get that right from your cell phone or from your iPad if you have one. So that's a great point there, Danny.
So now within the magazine section of the website is where all of our industry news articles are now housed. Now this is where you can be in the know with what's happening within the motorsports industry.
Yep, and this is another great resource from the editorial team where they're updating our news here probably daily for the most part, if not every other day. Bottom line is you're going to get all the latest and greatest information from around the motorsports community right here within the PRI website. So this is a great resource as well.
Yeah, definitely, John. Now within magazine, in the subnav, we have industry reports. Now industry reports is where we feature the results of our annual survey. The survey includes speed shops, fabricators, engine builders, machinists, service and repair shops to really get a pulse on how business is getting done industry-wide. And again, this is just great insight into growing markets and the different tools that companies are using to really achieve more success throughout the year.
Yeah, and great points there as well. So this is something that is, I think, going to be a great resource for businesses that are out there just to get a temperature check on really where the racing industry is in terms of the market. Obviously we're in a time right now that's evolving pretty quickly. So, we'll continue to have updates here with new market research and reports as we go forward that will really enable you to really just gain access to free information that's otherwise really valuable in terms of what's going on in the industry and what are your buyers and consumers looking for. So that's something that's really going to be invaluable.
Yeah, definitely. Now we'll move over to industry jobs. Now, if you click industry jobs, this will take you pretty much to the SEMA Career Center. This is where you can search for a job within the motorsports automotive industry and also post a job as well. So now we'll go back to the PRI website. Now we have an archive section, which is great because now under archives, you can always go back and read all of our previous issues of PRI Magazine. Currently it goes back almost 10 years. So it's just another great feature to have on the website.
So we've got 10 years of PRI Magazine content that you can access right here. So whether you're looking for technical articles or just to kind of see what was taking place maybe at that time in the industry and how things have progressed, in either case, you've got a whole library here of great content.
Definitely. Now, and finally, if you don't already receive the PRI Magazine, you can always subscribe here to receive your copy of PRI Magazine in the mail.
All right, thanks, Danny. That was a really great overview of those sections of the website. And so now we're going to hand it over to Mr. Sonny Yonkman, who is our Senior Web UX Architect. And that's a long way of saying he's our web go-to guy with all of our development and was instrumental in developing this new website. So Sonny, why don't you take it away and take us a little bit through Pri Direct and some of the other sections of the website.
Thanks, John. So right off the bat, I'm going to take you away from the website and talk about Pri Direct. Pri Direct is our industry source for all racing products, shop machinery, and services. Now, you can use this generic search bar right here and pretty much search for whatever you want. And if it's in our data, it'll populate there. If you find something that's not there or you want to add your company data, you just click this button right here and you can either submit or edit your existing listing to make sure your data is completely up to date. So therefore, when we use this data in December to populate our buyer's guide, the information will be the most up to date.
Exactly. Yeah, and Sonny, that's a great point here too. And I think this is a really valuable resource for both buyers and any manufacturers or suppliers within the industry that totally free of charge, you can submit your company information or you can edit your listing. And not only will you appear on the online database here that's easily searchable, you'll actually be in our print edition of the Pri Direct Buyer's Guide that comes out every December. So I would highly encourage all of the companies out there to come here, submit your listing, update your listing if you need to do that, and then you'll be in our Buyer's Guide every December. And for buyers, as Sonny was mentioning, you can actually come here and search for all types of different products, all components, engine parts, anything that you need, you'll be able to find it here from our database of suppliers that have updated their information. So Sonny, why don't you take us back over to, you have a tab open there for Pri Direct, which is directly accessible from our navigation. And why don't you show us a little bit about our advertising section?
All right, thanks. All right, so here on your advertising section of this website, we have housed all information related according to any avenue for advertising possibilities that you can possibly do with the performance racing industry. We have it segregated into 4 separate entities. We have print, digital, buyer's guide, and trade show sponsorships. If you click each link, it will take you to its respective landing page to give you all the information necessary.
Yep, and this is great here too, Sonny, in terms of just the design and the way that this is laid out. Because part of our challenge was to figure out how do we get a lot of different information onto one website, and especially for people that are looking for advertising or companies that are looking for advertising opportunities. Whether you'd like to be in the print edition of Pri Magazine every month, whether you'd like to be on the Pri website or in the Pri e-newsletter or in the buyer's guide that we just talked about every December that comes out, this is the place where you'd find that information. And in addition to that, you can find ways of getting your show sponsorship set up through here as well. So why don't you show us the print section just so we can kind of get an idea of where this takes us.
So as you can see, we're now at the print landing page with a basic overview of every print sponsorship opportunity available.
Yep, and we have there at the top too, we have the download media kit. So you can actually download the full media kit in a PDF version right there at the top of this page, which is, again, just another easy way to get you the information that you need to do business. And then you're going to have all of the magazine demographics as you scroll down, the distribution, print and digital distribution, as well as some of the key reader profile statistics that you'll find here to really target your messages to the right audience. And Sonny, why don't you, or can you show us now, what are some of the other elements of the website that we haven't touched yet? So we've been through our COVID resources, we've been through the trade show section, the magazine section, we've talked a little bit about Pri Direct, and now we've shown people how to get to all of the advertising needs they may have. So what other elements to the website do we have?
So the main component that we missed out on was all the about information for PRI. In case you didn't know who we were or what we do or anything about us, you can go click here and it will tell you how we came to be, what our mission statement is. You can view the company directory in case you need somebody to figure out who does what or how to contact them in order to yell at them for things that you just don't like them to do. Or if you just want to, send a broad email to us for any sort of feedback that you want, you can click this Contact Us button, which will take you to the overall Contact Us form, which gets handled by our customer service team and then routed accordingly internally so you can talk to a real person eventually.
Yeah, and that's great. And so there's a couple different ways you can give feedback here. One is directly through this webinar. The other is if you come straight to our contact page, your message will make it to the right hands of somebody who can take a look at that. And whether that's you'd like to see something different on the website, whether you have questions about the trade show, even if you had some feedback or commentary about content that you saw in the magazine, you could certainly submit that here and we'll take a look at it. That's great. And one other thing, Sonny, you mentioned the mission statement here, which this is something that kind of goes along with what we've been discussing today, which as we launched this mission statement earlier, actually at the last trade show in 2019, we've really been digging into this in 2020 and trying to find ways that PRI can be a key industry resource for the businesses out there, whether it's from the show to the content of the magazine, but also beyond that into the advocacy areas that we've been talking about, our PRI ambassador program, as well as the COVID industry resources that we've been working on state by state to provide to the businesses and the buyers that make up the critical industry that we serve. So you can find out more about that here. You can also submit feedback on the bottom of this page, or let us know what you'd like to see from us to help your businesses and to help your racetracks get back on track during this time. So with that, Sonny, thank you for bringing us through these last couple parts of the website. Danny, thank you again. I want to now kind of bring it home and close this out. I think we had a nice overview of all the different pages on the website, and now we'll just come to the closing slide here. So in closing, I just want to thank Danny Kim, our Senior Art Director, for taking us through some of those portions of the website, as well as Sonny Yonkman, who's our Senior Web UX Architect. These two gentlemen were instrumental in getting us able to launch the new website. And I hope it was useful for you today to learn more about the critical tools and resources that PRI is providing to the racing industry. That was one of the key initiatives behind launching this new website, was really to make sure that we're staying top of mind for you and providing the resources that you need to do business. And with that, I want to make you also aware that we've got an ongoing webinar series that's happening. We've already had two with our ambassadors. This is our third episode in the series. And we're also going to have coming very soon some more information on learning lessons from COVID-19 and some direct feedback from track operators and what's been going on their end. So with that, I want to thank you for joining us today. Please go follow us on social media, give us a like, and we'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.